Hey everybody, Andy here, aka Montolio, and we are back for round 4 of a Vintage League. We're playing 5-color shops today, and we are playing against Atlante, who typically I recall being a Jeskai style player. But I haven't bumped into them in a while, and I'm not sure what they're playing. Unfortunately, we lost the die roll. Um, Yeah, if you guys have watched my other matches, this has been quite a grind, this league. Ran into an unfortunate bug there in game 2 of round 3 where my tabernacle would not allow me to pay for my creatures and ended up having to sacrifice a significant board. It was very awkward. But we're past it and we're in a new place now, and let's see what we can do here this round. So unfortunately, this hand is not adequate. I'm going to have to ship it back. They have mulligan, and we're going to mulligan too. Okay, this is much better. We have a turn 1 sphere, turn 2 Emery. I mean, the hand isn't great, but it's decent. I think I'll put back a Spire, because we have the blue to pay for Emery anyways with the Mock Sapphire. So we're going to keep this one. Scalding Tarn. We're going to see a Preordain here. Hopefully that's all we see. Ooh, this is not Jeskai. Deathrite Shaman. Okay, well, that can either be good for us or bad for us. Actually, I'm really happy to draw the Mox here, to be honest with you. Because what this allows us to do is we can actually play Emery out. I could also play an Urza Saga out as well, but I think I'm going to reserve that. Actually, maybe I'm not. Let's see if this resolves. These decks do run a main deck Force of Vigor. It would be highly unfortuitous to have run into it here, but I don't think... Okay, Force of Will. Okay, Ponder. All right. I guess I'm going to play the Saga out because that's the only heat we have going here, so let's see what happens. And we can just sit back on our Urza Saga token here if we tokens if need be. Very viable that we get wastelanded. Yes, exactly. Okay. All right. I think it's worth doing this here. Flusterstorm may hit us, but I think that's all right. Basically just cycling the card, but we're just trying to build up some advantage here while we have an opportunity. That was a really good draw. Let's see if we can resolve it. Probably going to win the game if it resolves. They did use a force already. Okay, well, they're contemplating here. Yeah, they're just taking our Saga, which is good, right? Crucible's actually not that good now that I think about it. But we can still set it up. You know, you can play with the Crucible around Deathrite to some extent. Like, you can pick and choose how you're going to do your Wastelands, because you have priority in getting it back. So hopefully my opponent doesn't have a drop of Tarmogoyf here, but it's not the end-all be-all if he does. We still have Jagantha to come back to our hand next turn as an option. This feels like a Tarmogoyf coming down. Sylvan Library. Oh, that's a nice one for them. Jeez. Well, there's a Saga, and that's pretty damn good for us. Now, they're going to have a crack at the top 3 cards of their library here, unfortunately. But I don't think there's much we can do about that. Saga does look very strong here. It's going to be hard for them outside of a Force of Vigor to adequately get value if I get done tap with it. As I said, they can be really aggressive here. So they paid 4 life, taking an extra card. Yeah, so they did find the strip mine, and they're going to take my Saga away. So that was their best case scenario here. They're controlling my Saga or my Crucible pretty nicely, but it does put pressure on them because they're not able to just do what they want to do here. Like, they are underneath a sphere. They are going to have to take the Saga away. You know, if they can use the mana right here, that's good for them. So our mana is being taxed here, unfortunately, but we have some good outs. Okay, so they weren't able to utilize it there, which is good for us. Ooh, wow, look at that one. Let's see if this resolves. I mean, this is like, you know, not ideal, but if we can resolve this, we're probably going to win the game because we have a Sphinx of the Steel Wind in our deck. And Bug has a real hard time beating this card, so we're just going to slam that into play and see if they concede. Now, some decks do play Brazen Borrowers. Okay. So, Tinker, guys. 5-color shops. Not too bad, eh? All right. Pithing Needle. I think these are all fine and where I want to be. So, also some merit to an extra Pithing Needle here. Don't mind Balance. Tinker Emery seem pretty good. The sphere was solid, but I don't necessarily think we need all our spheres. I think it's going to be hard to cast God Pharaoh's statue in this matchup. I think Karn is probably not at its best. We want all our lands for sure. Pyroblast is, it's okay. I think we can cut, I'm going to cut a couple spheres, I think, here. Don't think Karn the Great Creator is the best. Let's try this out, guys, and see how it goes. So this hand's a little suspect because we can get wastelanded, but I don't think I'm going to ship it. Like, if they take our workshop, we're going to be hopefully able to recoup with our Urza Saga. Shut off an early Deathrite Shaman or Mox. Okay. I mean, I strongly suspect that they are going to wasteland us here, but that's all right. Or float mana here and just abrupt decay my land, or Assassin's Trophy my land. But we got some tech for that if that's what they do. And the nice thing about our deck is we do have a lot of lands in it, so Days, yeah, you got it. I mean, Days seems kind of like a weird card to have in, but I guess if against Workshops, I don't typically like it because Workshops runs all the Moxen and can play around it very easily. It's probably an energy flux coming down. Leovold, okay, Leovold's solid. Workshop, please. Well, we're going to see if we can land a Golos here. And if we can, I feel pretty decent about my chances. Now, this might be asking for a lot, but we have a Worm Coil to follow this up. And sure, Force of Vigor can get me here somewhat. Question is, do I want a Caracas to bounce this thing? I don't think so. I think I just want another Workshop. Yeah, I want a Workshop here. We have the Emery here to be able to recur our Revoker and Golos as well, so that is coming. Probably just a hard cast Vigor here, I suspect, on my Golos and my Urza Saga, which is not terrible. Yep. Okay, I mean, Energy Flux is the card that really scares me here. Look, I can't play around Force of Vigor and Energy Flux and all these things. I've just got to give what I got here, and I am going to play the Seg out here. I need to get ahead of it as much as I can to try and glean value. Okay, so they have a Force of Will, and now they're spent. So let's see what happens here. No, Leovold is in. Hopefully they don't get my Saga. That would be a bit of a bummer. So they cycle for 3 damage. Not the worst. I'm going to need a bit of help here. Well, that is very decent. Let's see if we can bait with the Trinisphere here. They've got lots of mana. Let's see if we can just get a Saga into play here. We will have priority. Solid. Now, I can't actually make a Golem if they do it in response. Just something to note. Okay, I don't dislike this position. One of the problems we have here is I'd love to just waste them out, but they're drawing cards. Off of Leovold. So this turn I'm going to go get a Mox Sapphire and I'm going to attempt to cast Emery. It's going to be a pretty big Golem. Op Agent got me pretty good, huh? Nothing I can do about this. They're going to get their Pithing Needle and they're going to just name, they're going to take my Pithing Needle. Well, they actually can't cast it. How does this work? Okay, so they can cast it next turn. They can't cast it right now because I have a 3-ball, and of course it's not an instant. Okay, I mean, we got a good game going here. What did they get? Revoker. No, they did get the needle. Okay. Okay, well, I think first things first. Let's cast a... I guess I actually don't have the mana to cast this. Hmm. I guess I will let them cast the Pithing Needle here. And there's nothing else we can do right now except, hiya, let's get in there. And they have to spend 3 mana this turn to cast the needle. I mean, unless they find something like a Force of Vigor, I guess. Okay, they're just biding time. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that allows me to wasteland them. And they can't cast the needle. Okay. Okay, they have a play. Pithing Needle. Okay, so they're going to put it on my Urza Saga. I thought that it was Op Agent being in play. Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool. I haven't played a lot of Opposition Agent, as you can see. So they've played Urza Saga with the Needle. So what we're gonna we can't do that. So we're just gonna float a mana. And I think I want the Sol Ring because I actually wish to be casting my creature here. I'm gonna try and just take their green mana's way as much as I can. And I think, well, I do like Giganta here, but I feel like Emery's really powerful. Golos, and we get Worm Coil next turn. I'm probably just going to get the Revoker, to be honest with you. Actually, I guess Golos functions very similar. Although it is a delayed turn. Yeah, the Revoker's the correct line because I can Wasteland them next turn. We'll see what they draw here, but we're on the precipice of closing this out. Now, Energy Flux is a card that gets me really good here. Oh, look at that. So I think what I'm going to do, I do like the Academy as well. But I think I'm going to Wasteland here. And I'm going to revoke Mox Jet. Just get Worm Coil here. They've conceded. Yeah, very dominant. Cool. I mean, that felt really good. It's a tough matchup in Bug. I don't know that I agree with that double block, but obviously they were in desperation, probably going to die the next turn, so they just wanted to make a trade. But that was very fortuitous for me and allowed me to Wasteland lock them almost. It was coming. Because what I was going to do next turn is waste their Wasteland and replay my Wasteland again. And I mean, it's all moot anyways. We had them by 100 miles. But remember, hit like and subscribe, guys.